Welcome into the Extra Point, presented by Corner Pub in Brentwood on 710 Old Hooker Boulevard for Nashville's best meat and threes, craft beers, and more. The neighborhood meets at the corner. And Zach, we actually heard from some Titans players, like in the flesh. Brian Arakpo, Jarrell Casey, DeMarco Murray, and of course Marcus Mariota today as they start their offseason workouts. But they didn't want to answer that expectations question.
No, they didn't. And I think that's a smart move. But I'll tell you their expectation. It's playoff or bust this year. And they should win the division. That should be their foremost. I think you could take a secondary wild card going into 2017.
Yeah.
But they should beat the Texans, beat the Colts, and beat the Jaguars in this division. And there's no reason why they can't unless something happens to Marcus Mariota. And that's the only reason and the only excuse that they don't make the postseason in 2017.
I love the approach by Brian Arakpo because he got out there and said, if we don't handle our business, if we don't get better every day this offseason, then everything we did last year by tripling the win total, going 9-7, and now people are paying attention, it means nothing if they rest on their laurels. Then they're going to have another bad season. So I love the mentality by Arakpo saying that.
Yeah, and you know what I think the scary part for the Tennessee Titans, they can't afford to take a step back.
Right.
I think that this fan base is reinvigorated by just the 9-7 season, the close but no cigar. But if they take a step back and are 8-8 or 7-9 or God forbid 6-10, Mike Mularkey will be the scapegoat. And they're going to have to adjust. And the number one thing I took away from the press conferences today, Austin, was I think that they're excited about going into a year where they can look at the same playbook, look around and have the same guys, right? There's some stability for the first time in Nashville when we talk about pro football. They need to build on that, but they got to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think these players love Mike Mularkey too much to let him down to where now he becomes the scapegoat. From what I'm hearing from Brian Arakpo, Casey, and all these guys, even going back to what Delaney Walker would say, is they don't want to let that guy down. They want Mike Mularkey as their head coach, and they're going to fight to keep him there.
You know what was funny? Arakpo or Jarrell Casey wouldn't talk about expectations.
Yeah.
I wonder what the NFL, the league, expects from the Tennessee Titans. When the schedule will be released here in a few weeks, we'll see how many primetime games. Is it just one Thursday nighter in Jacksonville like it usually is? Or maybe they get a Monday night to showcase Mariota. Maybe it's something. So expectations from within the building, but I'm curious to see the expectations from around the league.
And that's today's Extra Point presented by Corner Pub in Brentwood on A to Z Sports Nashville.com.